Hey friends, I'm Kat. Welcome to the channel and today's video, which will be a weekly vlog. I'm actually like really on my game right now for filming weekly vlogs and I'm deeply enjoying it. So we're gonna keep this energy going and start off another week of lots of reading and lots of fun. So we have a ton of things going on this week. We are currently participating in the Amazing Readathon, which I'll talk about later when I get to like a new prompt in that and kind of what we're doing this readathon. I have tons of books on the go right now, which I actually need to go figure out what I am reading, what I need to prioritize. And I'm also participating in 75 hard right now. So that is kind of taking up a huge chunk of my time. This week also we have, what else do I have going on? I have a yoga class, I have massage, I'm going camping on Friday the weekend with my best friend, and just lots of fun things going on this week that I'm really excited for. So we're Monday right now, it's like 7 p.m. and I really need to go do my 2 works for 75 hard. So I'm gonna go do those right now and then I'll come back later and tell you a little bit about like what I'm actually reading right now and you know a little bit about what we're gonna be focusing on this week. So time to go jump in to being productive, I guess. Hi, so things I'm reading right now. We're the next day also. I'm being a disaster. I have a few things that I want to read this week. I'm in the middle of some things. I have other things I want to get to. I'm like feeling like a little bit of a disaster right now and I don't really know what I want to do. So I started reading Married to the Alien Cowboy by Dax. This is cowboy alien romance. Great. I have Wild and Wrangled by Lilo Sage, another cowboy romance that I've started. Beautiful Nightmares by AJ Sutton. I really should finish this one. I'm like 40% in, 40 or 50% in, I don't know. And I really should get to that. The Devils by Joe Abercrombie I've started listening to. I should really get to it. The Scholar in the Last Fairy Door, 20% in, I should get to that. Silver Leaf, my hold is about to expire on the book for that one. I should get to it. And I'm kind of just in this phase right now where I don't know where to go next, I think. And I have too many options. I don't know what I want to focus on. So I need to really decide. I know I have a physio appointment in like after like 10 minutes. So I'm going to be heading to that. And I think on the way, I'm going to continue my listen of either Beautiful Nightmares or The Devils. So I've been like Beautiful Nightmare. I do have a physical copy somewhere in my house, but I've been alternating between the physical book and audiobook. So maybe I focus on that and finish it off and then go and focus on The Devils after. Like I don't know if that makes more sense or what, but I do have things that I need to start focusing on and I have progress that I need to actually make tonight. So yeah, tonight though, so physio, it's at 7 p.m. which is so late. I'll be done that at 7:30. I won't be home until 8 and then I'm doing 75 hard, so I need to do another workout before bed tonight and that just kind of like crosses off my entire evening. So I don't really know if I'll have time to do anything else aside just keep listening to something tonight. I'm gonna hope so. We'll see. But good news, tomorrow I'm at work and literally my only plans are working out and I have a massage. So that will make it a lot easier. And tomorrow, like I don't know. I'll see tomorrow. I think I'm in the mood to just veg and do nothing but reading, but we'll see tomorrow. I might also be in the mood just like, who knows, like wildly do something different. We'll see. But yeah, I need to go get ready for you. So I'll go do that right now. Very quickly, this is like easily my favorite Alani flavor. I have a little PR unboxing to do also. So I just got in from Smashbox. It is their new stick blushes. So the Hot Sticks blush stick, and I got 4 shades. So this one is Ultraviolet, which is like a very purpley shade. This is also like my first time getting PR from Smashbox, so I'm very excited. There is Poppy Pink. Looks very vibrantly pink, or maybe more red. We'll see. I'm not swatching them yet just because I'm going to do that for an Instagram reel, which also plugging that if you want to follow me. All the info's down below. Hi-Fi Heat. Oh, this is very orange. That's fun. And then pink.png. This, I'm sure, is gonna be my favorite. Yep, this is a vibrant pink that I would absolutely wear every single day. So thank you, Smashbox. I'm very excited. And I will try them out very soon as well. And then I got, so I've opened it up already, but this is the Maple Makeup Travel Kit 2.0 by Jones Road, which is one of my favorite brands. So we have inside that their gel bronzer. This is in the shade Light. Not gonna swatch this one right now, but it's one of my favorite like liquid bronzers. I use this all the time. Miracle Balm in the shade Flushed. So this is like a cream blush type of formula. a brush. This is the Buff brush, which I've seen this before. I'm very excited to have this. I think this is going to be a fantastic little face brush. Very, very convenient to travel to just for the size, but definitely excited for that. Their Cool Gloss. This is in the shade Pink Lilac, which I do need to double check to make sure that I don't have this gloss shade, but it is here. I like that a lot. Don't love this gloss formula, but that's still pretty. The Best Pencil in the shade Onyx. Love this eyeliner formula. I think I have it in brown. I have to check because I don't think I have it in black. And then this is a new formula for me to try. It is their Sparkle Wash, which I think is a liquid eyeshadow. And yeah, that's very, very pretty. So I'm gonna try those all out. I will do another video again on Instagram of me just trying. And I don't have a crazy amount of reading updates. I really have not been reading as much as I thought I would. Like today, ended up just kind of chilling, watching a lot of YouTube, not really doing too much else. But I've started Silver Elite, and I think I'm 30-ish% in. But we're in this world, it's a dystopian world, and there's modified people who are able to do, I don't know if there's many different things, or if the primary one is just like telepathy, but they, anybody who's able to use these abilities are usually characterized by like their veins in their arms, I guess, turning silver, and I think it's something with their blood. But our main character, she is one of these modified people, but she is different in that she is basically able to go undetected because she doesn't have this silver blood, and she also has a special ability where it seems like she's able to control people also with her mind, so it's made her very, very dangerous and has been very much on the run and in hiding her entire life. She lives with her uncle, who is kind of just like, you know, really trying to keep her out of public attention and really teaching her how to survive in a lot of different ways, including like how to go undetected and also how to pretty much be like the most powerful version of herself that she can be, like every way that she knew to potentially control all these abilities and not draw attention to herself. And then she actually accidentally does. She shoots this, I think it's like a kid is about to be attacked by a coyote or some kind of animal, and she shoots and kills this coyote, bringing attention to her and the fact that she has this like crazy shooting ability. And then that brings attention to her uncle, who it turns out is a enemy of the state slash, I think, what I say, like a deserter of the army, and basically he ends up being captured. They also bring her in and are now bringing her into their elite training program for potential new soldiers. Something she did basically identified her as being a potentially good candidate, and yeah, that's where you are. It is her kind of being trained to be a soldier. I don't really have like too many thoughts of it so far. I think the world building is interesting, but also, yeah, I don't know if I'd say too much else about it. I don't know if I have really any other thoughts aside from that, but yeah, that's where I'm at. I have to leave in a few minutes to go to my massage, and then tonight we're gonna make pizza, and I don't really know what I'm gonna do tonight. I should probably just read, but I kind of wanted to like do something, you know, like I want to maybe do something creative, but we'll see. So I literally just had a State Club unboxing last week, but another one came in, and I think this is like the month before. I think it got like mixed up in the mail, but we have another one, and this is a Light Academia / Dark Academia, and I think this was a one from either March or April, but anyways, let's take a look. So sit down, buddy. Our cute little big sticker is a typewriter. We have a little notebook. And now let's get into the many sticker sheets. So if you don't know, I will try to link them down below if I remember. But State Club is, I think, $12 USD a month with shipping and conversion rates. I think it's about 20 Canadian. And they have 3 different themes. So there's vintage, pop, or something else, but 3 different themes. And they just do like monthly sets around a given theme, I guess. So these are all light / dark academia, and they're just all done by different artists and kind of just in that different theme. And this is the vintage pack. So let's just look at these. So we have teacups, cute. This is absolutely an academia vibe. Bunch of bookshelves, some ladies and academia things, some more ladies and academia things, but slightly different style. Very dark academia-esque, very like feels very vintage, like old school clocks. Oh, and this is cool. These are just like little bookshelves. So I love Sticky Club. Honestly, it's like one of my favorite things to get every month. And yeah, I have not been keeping on top of my reading journal, and I really need to make some time and like really intensely dive back into it, because I don't think I've updated until I don't think I've updated it since March, and I have so many things, and I want to have fun with my stickers. I think I'm gonna need to start putting them into my day planner too, just to like make sure I'm using these beautiful ones. But like if I could do like theme spreads in my boring day planner, maybe that's what I need. So we have reading updates. Sorry, I'm just doing honestly terrible this week. I am like not updating anything, and I feel like I'm being kind of a mess, but it's the week it is. I am like just kind of overwhelmed with everything. So I've I've been reading, I just like have not been bothering to update. But I finished, I finished Silver Elite, and it was one that it started off very, very strong for me. And the world building was interesting. This potential magic was interesting. The scenario our main character was in was interesting. Like, so many things sounded like they would work so perfectly. And I don't know what it was. It just did not end up working for me. And our main character, she ends up being recruited basically into this potential elite military group. And she's training with these people and going through all these trials because there's this like intense training regime, and all these trials she has to be like entered into one of these elite members. And randomly, like I don't know why, but that's the part that lost me. And I am like somebody who loves trials. I love this dystopian thing. I love the fact that there's like power that she has that she's hiding. So many things that I normally love, I just didn't enjoy it in this. And I don't know, I'm just feeling really disappointed. I don't know, I think it was definitely more YA, I will say. It felt more YA. There were like a few sex scenes, but it did not feel like they should have been in this book. That makes sense. Like the writing itself felt significantly younger. And I am gonna say, I think that was my problem, because I think it just like, I can't do YA very well anymore. It just really doesn't work for me, unfortunately. And I really struggled with it. But I can also like 100% recognize this is a book I would have eaten up as a teenager. To me 10 years ago, I mean, I was not eating 10 years ago. Me 15 years, actually even me in my early 20s 10 years ago, I would have eaten this up. This 100% would have been the type of thing that not only would I obsess over, I mean, that sentence didn't come out so how I wanted. Not only would I have loved, I would have also obsessed over. And in some ways, it was kind of giving me vibes of the Shatter Me series by Tahira Mafi. And I think that was just a dystopian world full of power, that kind of thing. So like those are things that really work for me and really could have worked for me. But unfortunately in this case, just didn't quite follow through. And now I've also gotten about 40% into The Scholar and The Last Fairy Door. So this is one I'd previously started, and it's on my June TBR, so you know, might as well actually focus on something on that once. And I really enjoy this one. It is historical in a way that I don't mind, because I notoriously hate historical books, and I'm actually really struggling right now. I'm trying to do a video of like I'm doing a series this year where it's like this video ends with a 5-star in different genres, and one of them is historical, and I am struggling because I've hated every single thing I've read that so far, and I'm really spacing that video out because I know it's going to be terrible for me. So I've been filming it for like 3 months, and I hated everything. But this is a fantastical historical, which actually is something that kind of works, and I'm just really enjoying, like, it is giving, like, it's kind of academia because our characters are out of college, but at the same time, like, I'm getting like just frolicking through the fields type of vibes, like just very cottagecore. Like, I'm picturing fields of grass and beautiful flowers and just people learning about fairies. But we're following the main character. We are just following World War I, and there's this secret magical world that exists, and her brother is fighting in the war and gets cursed by a fairy curse, and because of this she gets exposed to the magical world. There's this huge treaty that goes on that it basically is splitting off now the fairies from their world. They closed all these doors between them, and she is now trying to find a way to potentially break brother's curse. Here, because of that, she ends up getting accepted into this secret magical university, even though she's not part of the like elite families, and is now going there to try and learn how to break. And we're following her friendship with a group of other people, and basically a very tumultuous summer in their life, and it's something that happens that has repercussions for the entire rest of it. I'm enjoying it. It's really giving like light academia things, and you know, just the vibe of it. The vibe I'm loving, and it just feels very cozy in some way. I'm having a great time with this one. Okay, I just went to the library and I have like a huge pile of books. Also, I look so rough. Oh my god. Whew, it is not my day. Also, my hair is just wet. We're just gonna do that. Avoid my face. Yeah, I have a huge stack of books. I just came back from the library, so I'm about to, well, we just finished work and I have to pack to leave to go camping in probably within the next hour. But just really wanted to quickly update before we do that, and then maybe I'll take you along a bit as we're packing things up. And when we go camping, we're gonna be doing so much reading because my bestie and I are gonna be there the entire weekend. I 100% guarantee is going to be us yapping and just reading as much as possible. Because I did ask her, she's bringing 3 books, / I'm also bringing Fourth Wing for her. So I have a very strong feeling we are just going to be like sprawling on the beach reading / sitting next to a fire reading, and it's going to be the best. So I do very much need to decide what I'm bringing with you, which I do have my iPad and KU and all the books in there, but also I want something physical. So let's quickly go over some of the contenders / what I got at the library this week. So first off, I did a very big browse of the nonfiction section because I am currently doing 75 hard, and part of one of the rules is that you're supposed to be reading 10 pages of nonfiction nonfiction a day. I will say I'm really not following 75 to the rules that's supposed to be. And instead of 10 pages a day, I decided I just wanted to read 10 nonfiction books through the course of this time period. And I'm doing bad. I've only read one so far. So I do really want to pick it up. And I just did some browsing, picked up some random things that kind of interested me. And why not? If I can read some random interesting things, that sounds fiction. So we have here The Woman They Could Not Silence by Kate Moore. I've read one book by her, which was The Radium Girls. Truly one of the best like women in science, historical nonfictions I've ever read. And this one is One Woman, Her Incredible Fight for Freedom, and the Man Who Tried to Make Her. So this is, it's a dark, dramatic, and ultimately uplifting tale of a forgotten woman whose harrowing story changed the world. So we're following Elizabeth. Her husband is plotting against her because he feels increasingly threatened by her intellect, independence, and unwillingness to stifle her own thoughts. So he has her committed to an insane asylum. And we're following, so she's not the only sane woman confined to this institution. There are many rational women on her ward who tell the same story. They've been committed, but not because they need medical treatment, but to keep them in line, conventionally labeled crazy, so their voices are ignored. Okay, this is the kind of story that like, it sounds very fucked up, and I would really like learn more about this because I know it's something that really terrible that happened to many women. And I know I love this author's writing, and I have a feeling that this is going to be like one of those, you know, just infuriating reads that I'm gonna love. Next, we have from Michael Lewis, Going Infinite, The Rise and Fall of a New Kind of Tycoon. And this one is the story of FTX's spectacular collapse and the enigmatic founder-added center. I'll be very honest, don't know very much about this. I think that a thing, but I know very little about finance, and that is kind of part of why I want to start learning a bit more about the history of some things that have happened, and yeah, just get a little bit more knowledge in this area, we can say. The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. This is a memoir of resilience and redemption, and a revelatory look into a family at once deeply dysfunctional and uniquely vibrant. When sober, Jeanette's brilliant and charismatic father captured his children's imagination, teaching them physics, geology, and how to embrace life fearlessly. But when he drank, he was dishonest and distracted. Her mother was a free spirit who abhorred the idea of domesticity and didn't want the responsibility of raising a family. The Walls children learned to take care of themselves, closed and protected one another, and eventually found their way to New York. Their parents followed them, choosing to be homeless even at their children. I think this is kind of like in the same vein as Educated, which was a nonfiction I love, and I've heard there's so many people talk about this one as being fantastic, so why not? If we're really in our summer of nonfiction, you know, why not just really dive into some of the popular ones? And another one, like, I kind of want to get into niche topics. I wanted to read like the weird random nonfictions, you know. So this one, they had a section at the library on exploring, and this one is about cave diving. Why not? A topic I know literally nothing about, that I find terrifying, but maybe we can learn something about it. And taking you to places no one has gone before, and blending memoir, adventure, and science. Those are all things that I really like together. Like, I love when there's science alongside the memoir. Into the Planet is a riveting account of one of the most dangerous yet exhilarating pursuits in the world, diving into the center of the earth. Yeah, I've really know nothing at all, so why not do a little fun exploration? I think I've referenced it before, but I am doing a video right now, which is when ending this video when I find a star of historical books. So this is one that I think is going to be contender to read very soon. I want to read this and Shogun before, you know, that video ends, and I have a feeling this could potentially be one of the ones that could be a 5-star. And this is England in the 1920s. It's a heartbeat from disaster. If the king dies without a male heir, the country would be destroyed by civil war. Henry VIII wants to annul his marriage 20 years and marry Anne Boleyn. The Pope and most of Europe oppose him. The quest for the king's freedom destroys his advisor, brilliant Cardinal Wolsey, and leaves power vacuum in a deadlock. Into this impasse steps Thomas Cromwell, the son of a brutal black political genius, driver, and a bully and a charmer. Cromwell has broken all the rules of a rigid society in his ascent to power, and is preparing to break some more. Rising from personal disaster, the loss of his young family, and a Wolsey beloved patron, he picks his way deftly to a court where man is wool to man, pitting himself against Parliament, the political establishment, and the papacy. I'm so bad at words. He is prepared to reshape England to his own and Henry's desire. So I will say the Tudor England is one of the few historical eras that really interest me. And when I was a teenager, I went into like a deep dive of learning like everything I could about them. So this is something that I do have to say very interesting to me as a matter that I really think I could enjoy. And this is like really like lauded as one of the best historical books there. It was shortlisted for the 2009 Man Booker Prize. I think it was on the list of New York Times best books of the 21st century. Like, there's a lot of things going for it that I think could really be good. Then I have When the Moon Hits Your Eye by John Scalzi. This very different vibe, very silly. But this is The Moon Has Turned to Now Humanity Has to deal with it. You know? not serious, but I think this is going to be very funny and ridiculous. And finally, we have my most anticipated book of the summer, which is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. And this one, there might be no such thing as a perfect guy, but Xavier Rush comes disastrously close. A gorgeous veteran giving Greek god vibe, all while cuddling a tiny kitten immediately. That is until Xavier opens his mouth and proves that even sculpted gods can say the absolute wrong thing. Of course, there's nothing Samantha loves more than proving an asshole wrong. Unless, of course, he can admit that he made a mistake. But after one incredible and seemingly endless date, possibly the best in history, Samantha is forced to admit the truth, that her family is in crisis and any kind of relationship. Samantha begs Xavier to forget her, to remember their night together as a perfect moment, as crushing as that may be. Only no amount of distance or time is nearly enough. That's something between them. And the only thing better than one perfect memory is to make a life, and even a love worth remembering. So yeah, most anticipated romance of the year. So I think for camping, I'm bringing this, When the Moon Hits, this hits your eye. Because this one's pretty short. And I think I want to start on one of my nonfictions. So Into the Planet, that could be fun. I do have rating updates to do about, but I do have to run right now. So I'll come back a bit later, maybe in the car, we'll see, and talk about what I've actually been reading the last day.
Wait, that's...
Okay, we're home from camping and it's been like 2 days, as you might be able to tell by the fact I actually got my hair done. So I really intended to like do updates while we were camping. The day we got home, all of these things. I don't know, I'm just exhausted. I am way more tired than I would like to admit. So none of that happened. And we're just gonna do a little recap now / talk about the, I think 2 books. Was it 2 books? Maybe 3 that I read / I think I finished 2. I'm gonna have to check my notes. But yeah, we're home. I feel like I look exhausted too. Like wow. Yeah, these under eye bags just keep getting worse and worse, and not super, yeah, not great. So what have I done? We went camping and I had a great time. It was with my best friend, and like it was our first time going together, which was super fun. And you know, we brought our husbands along, which they were fun. They just had to listen to us yap for a few days, which honestly wonderful for them. They were lucky for it. But we went to the beach. We did a hike, which was supposed to be super easy, but I still have so many issues with my ankle, so that was a little iffy, because like right now I can't. I have tendonitis in my ankle and I can't like really go step down as easily as I used to be able to. So that was a little rough. But I did get some reading in, because I, especially like on the beach I did a lot of reading. And then the second day I managed to wake up like hours for everyone else and decided to just get some reading done. So first up I started Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. And I'm not far in. I am 70 pages out of like 350. So not super far in, but I do really love her books. This was the perfect option for being beach, and that is like the best thing. And I love her books. I love her books so much. I'm so excited to have like new summer romance, which yeah, of course this is going to be like, of course this is going to be the best thing ever to just sit on the beach and read. So in this one we have a female main character. She finds a kitten and becomes instantly very attached to this kitten whose life she saves, which yeah, I get it. But when she brings him into the vet to get checked out, realizes, so this is just such a weird bottle. He doesn't have a bottle. It's okay. This actually does happen sometimes to cats. It's really sad. But the vet is a bit of an asshole, and he advises her that honestly the best choice is just put this kitten down and save it from pain, because apparently the surgery to get it done can be really expensive, and much more, depending on the circumstances, can be very difficult on the cat. But she doesn't want to listen to him, so she raises all this money through like Starter and ends up saving this cat's life. Comes back to just get cat checked out because she's to move, and the vet asks her out because there was this really instant connection that they had. They like really did kind of instantly get into each other, and apparently she's been like, you know, the woman that he cannot get out of his head. So they go on this one perfect date where takes her on like a fundraiser. They end up not wanting, or on this fundraising cruise, they don't want the night to end, so they meet up with friends and go mini golfing and then they go to an escape room, and this date just is something that on both ends seems like the perfect thing ever. But she hasn't really told him that she's moving the next day, so she leaves. And because it has she has some really intense family stuff going on. But yeah, there we are. They can't stop thinking about each other, and unfortunately she did move her family issues. Getting very into it, I can guarantee I'm gonna love it. I finished The Scholar in the Last Fairy Door, which was very, very good. Very good, kind of, I would say academia. I don't know if I'd go quite dark academia. It was a light, just because it was very, like, I don't know, just the fact that they're in this fairy world. It felt very light, airy, atmospheric, countryside, like a cottagecore kind of academia book. And it gave, like, this was a perfect summer read. Really, really good. Really, really deeply enjoyed this one. I love this, like, fairy aesthetic, vibe, all these things. And that, of course, is going to, like, work for me. So that one I'm moving 4 stars. Really, really, really deeply enjoyed it. One of the better, like, historical fantasies that I've read in a bit. And yeah, just really got into it. Really enjoyed everything, even that they brought into about the lore, about fairy, all these. Also, I was watching blushes of that. It looks like I might have a burn or something. So that one I finished. And the other book that I was going to talk about, because I did start it before I go camping, but I started and finished Malibu Rising by Drinking Street. And I think this was one that, like, I kind of realized that she is an author that I don't necessarily, like, give 5 stars to, but I really, really appreciate her storytelling and her crafting of, like, stories and character work. And this is one, it was told entirely in basically one day. The story of this really, like, well-known family who are, like, intense surfers. They're known in the surfing community, and every year they host this huge Hollywood party that everyone comes to, and it's this wild thing. But we're told through one day of their lives of these four siblings, and also flashbacks to them growing up and how their life kind of got to where it is. Because it was interesting, like, their father was a singer who abandoned the family, and they ended up, at one point their mother passed away, and it was just basically the four siblings taking care of themselves, and basically going from poverty to this incredibly wealthy, incredibly famous family. Really, really interesting. Really enjoyed this one a lot. I still think Carrie Soto is always going to be my favorite from her, which was interesting because this one came up before it, and we had references to Carrie Soto. Like, we saw her in this one, and really, really interesting. Like, and it makes me want to go back and read that one, because I really, really enjoyed the character work in that one as well, because Carrie was such a deeply unlikable character, but you still can help but kind of root for her and just really, really get on board with, like, this intense grit and, like, determination that she had. So that one I still always going to be my favorite. But I did enjoy Malibu Rising quite a bit. I'm giving it 4 stars. It really was, again, just like the one thing I kept thinking about is that she's really, really good at crafting a story, and a really compelling story and compelling characters. And that was really kind of what I was thinking the entire time I was reading it, is that it's just, she makes them very impulsively readable, and you get really, really invested in these characters' lives. Like, she shows you just really, really well all these characters to get into. So that was very briefly my reading wrap up of what I did this weekend. I think I think I did pretty good for that. Like, finished 2 books and started another while camping. Yeah, I just had, like, lots of nice little alone time to read, which was very, very nice and kind of unexpected, like, you know, still being there with friends and stuff. It worked well. So we're gonna end off the weekly vlog here. Hopefully this was okay. I don't know how much I don't think I read too much, but whatever. I don't know. My weekly vlogs tend to be a bit of a mess. But hope you enjoyed anyways. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I will see you in something new very soon.